Holy shit, guys, we found the Lynn with an E. Hey, it's so good having you here with me today. If this is your first time going on an adventure with me, consider spudscribing, and I will throw the first episode of Lynn down in the description for you so you can catch up on what you missed. With that out of the way, let's get to it. I believe this is where we were at, just barely made it to school. The wind tugs at the hem of my school shirt. I held it down with one hand and used the other to support the straps of my beat-up old messenger bag. My bag's falling apart and it doesn't close properly now, but I can't afford a new one. I'll have to bear with it, just like I have to bear with Jess's hand-me-down uniforms and these old, scuffed trainers. At least they're not the shoes I wore to Aunt Shirley's first wedding. I click my tongue against the roof of my mouth. Why am I still thinking about that dream? It must have left an impression on me, that's rare. I have bad dreams on an almost daily basis, but the details start slipping away the moment I open my eyes. It's definitely unusual for me to still remember, not just the gist, but the specific ins and outs of my dreams while I wait on platform number 2 at Strawberry Hill Station for my train. There are a few other people waiting, glancing alternately between their watches and the electronic signboard. Rush hour in London is never pleasant. The trains are always packed. I hate going to school, especially with a bulky messenger bag to manipulate. Once I hit a small child in the face with my bag when I was scrambling onto the train. He cried and his mother started scolding me very, very loudly in front of all those smart businessmen. "What do you think you're doing, you clumsy girl? His nose is bleeding. You could have caused some serious damage. What do you have to say?" By the end of this woman's tirade, I was almost crying too. I couldn't cry, of course, because I wasn't a little kid and people don't think it's cute when teenagers cry. They think it's pathetic. I was 13 back then. I'm even older now. I don't feel any wiser, though. My GCSEs are coming up soon, then I'll be finished with school for good. I won't need to ride on the cramped train at 7:30 in the morning ever again, unless I decide to go to college like Jas did. I don't think I'd go to the same college as Jas, though, because she was studying health and beauty. That's a vocational subject. I think Jas is pretty good at health and beauty, especially the beauty part. She knows all about getting your nails trimmed and how to curl people's hair, but Dad wasn't very happy about it. He kept banging on, saying she was wasting her life. Wasting her education. We've given you so many opportunities, and you just fling them back in our faces. Why can't you be more like your sister? I don't know why anybody would want to be like me. I don't want to be like me. But at the same time, I glance to the right. I half expect to see a glint of metal taps in my peripheral vision, complete with basins, but I don't. Instead, I see a girl around my age, but not quite my age. I know her. We're in the same form group. We've been in the same form group ever since I started at Gray's Court School. She's a girl who looks a lot like me, with straight black hair and brown eyes, but there's more to it than that. It's the arrangement of the features on her faces, and the shape of them too. Her eyes, her nose, her ears, her lips. She looks so much like me, it's a little creepy. Looks so much like me that Mrs. Madley, our form teacher, did a double take when she saw us in our oversized gray quartz uniforms on our first day in year 7. She asked us in this very exaggerated tone if we were twins. Like being a twin is something special. We're not, of course. We're not related at all. Well, we're probably related in some way if you go back far enough, but the blood ties between us are so weak they'd be about 99.999999% water. Nailed it! Doesn't help that she has the same name as me. A similar name, at least. My name is Lynn. She's called Lynn. Holy shit, guys, we found the Lynn with an E. He's me, but a me who reached into the Scrabble box and pulled out an extra vowel. Her name would be worth more than mine if you tried to play it on the board. Like she's so much better than I am. And in a way, I guess she is. Her school bag is nice and shiny, so her shoes So are her shoes. Her uniforms are always ironed, and her tights never have any holes. She's like me, but better. Lynn with an E. She'll probably do better in her GCSEs than I will, too. That's a given. Lynn is really smart. I look at her. I look at her for a little too long, as I often do, and she lifts her head. Her eyes meet mine. Her gaze hurts. I feel like a needle is digging into the back of my skull. A short, sharp pain splits through the side of my head. I wince. I know this is going to sound petty, but really, really hate that girl. Alright, that's all the time I got for this one. Thank you so much for going on this adventure with me. Let me know down in the comments below. You ever have any dreams that weigh on you? Usually when I dream about my dad who passed when I was a teenager, it hangs around for a bit longer than normal. As always, stay safe and stay strong out there. I hope to see you soon.